Hey, before we start the review, I thought I could use this time to share some news with you. First things first, I'm super excited to be back on YouTube and making what I love, and I hope you guys will like what I'm putting out. I'm gonna try to keep the same things coming out, but better, but not as bad, so looking out for you. But I've got exciting news. Coolfiend merchandise is now out. Now I know I'm too small a channel to be putting out such materialistic bullshittery, but I thought it'd be fun and a way to pay the bills to do this. So if you're interested, check out redbubble.com. Right now I've got two designs available. I've got the Coolfiend logo, the new one, and I've got the character select screen from the Cool Friends videos. So if you're interested in some of those, and more will be coming out, be sure of that, then look me up on Redbubble under Coolfiend or Works by Coolfiend, stuff like that. Links in the description. So, on to the review. Hey babes, Clownfiend here. Just kidding, it's me, you goofs. Now something that should be known about me is I love clowns, alright? And I love them, regular ones, funny ones, scary ones, you name it.
That's weird.
No, it's not, shut up. Now another great love of mine are horror movies. So it only makes sense that I love the Stephen King miniseries, It. When I found out it was going to be adapted into a full-length movie, I hopped on it faster than Georgie down a storm drain.
Boo!
Bite me! Now what I expected from this movie was a throwback to better days. Clownier days. Tim Currier days. And what I got was more than I expected. This movie is so much different than the earlier adaptation, not just in production value and character development, but in general tone of the movie. To best explain this, let's compare the paper boat scene from the Tim Curry It to Bill Skarsgård It. The scene goes over generally the same way in both versions, except for one major difference. The miniseries had Pennywise persuade Georgie into reaching his little hand down in there, and then he grabs him and his mouth opens and it's all spiky, and then it fades to black. Now in the Bill Skarsgård It, our exemplar of decision making, Georgie sticks his hand down into the drain. Pennywise proceeds to grab his hand and bite his fucking arm off. And if that isn't the clearest example of the differences between these movies, I don't know what is. Because after seeing a child's arm ripped off, which my brain was not ready for, it had me through the most of the movie thinking, I miss Tim Curry. Because, damn, Bill Skarsgård is terrifying. Now, the movie after that, it gets a little bit more depressing than sad, scary. And then this movie has the weirdest events of like tone shifts I've ever seen in a film. They go from like funny to sad to back to funny to terrifying again. And a lot of the comedic relief comes from the glasses-toting comedian played by good old Finn Wolfhard from Stranger Things, which I finished the first season recently. Looking forward to the second season. Really digging it. As the plot progresses, basically it just hunts all of them down and preys on their fears. Like the fucking most unnerving scene from it, the earliest one, was when Stan walks into this one study of his father's. He finds this crooked painting of a crooked woman in a crooked house on a crooked hill. No, just joking. And he fixes it, and as he puts the book away, he's putting away, he hears it fall, and he turns around, it's on the ground. Ooh, spooky. And he picks it up and puts it on there, but she's gone. And then the lady appears behind him, and it's terrifying as you imagine it would be. She bares her terrible teeth, and he runs the fuck out of there like any sensible person would. Now, and that brings up another thing. In all these things, all the kids get put into situations that they can't get out of, they're trapped somewhere. The only one that is indefensible is Ben's. He's in the library, right? and he sees a little it balloon floating away through the library, and he follows it. And he finds an Easter egg that's kind of singed for some reason, and then he proceeds to follow the Easter eggs down the stairs into this dark room where there's no one else. And and once he goes down there, he hears somebody walking down the steps holding eggs and dropping them, and it's like a headless zombie that proceeds to chase his ass through the fucking corridors until he gets a jump scare from Pennywise. And then he leaves. But none of that would have happened if he didn't follow the fucking eggs. But that scene did produce one of my favorite lines from the movie, and that was Pennywise saying, "Psst, egg boy," and then he jump scares him, and then he runs out of there and bumps into the library, and that's the end of that. So, one of the more unnerving things through the film is Henry, the bully. He's like really fucking insane, and in the original miniseries, he was like, "I'm gonna cut you," and then he tells that to Ben, "I'm gonna carve my name into you," and then in this one, he proceeds to do it. He carves an H into him, and then before he's able to finish his name, he kicks him and rolls down a hill, and there's a whole chase, and then they meet the gang, and then they become friends forever. And that's a big difference in the film. Is in the miniseries, Henry went crazy and started killing all of them when he was older, but they kind of cut to that real early, and because he was weakened or something by them. So there are a lot of differences, but there are differences for the best, and I recommend fully that you go see this. I don't want to really spoil anything really badly, but there's a lot of awesome visuals in this, a lot of creativity with personal fears. Special effects are used wickedly, and the Pennywise character was taken to a whole new level that I think you guys should check out. I think you'll like it. And then they ended it off like It Chapter 1. As if we didn't know it was gonna be a two-parter, because everyone knows it's a two-parter, but whatever. I'm looking forward to seeing them in the next one. I'm looking forward to see Bill Skarsgård come back and scare my panties off. And I hope you guys have seen it or will see it. But I'm going to try and not spoil the ending at all. So, that's it for this video. I'll see you babes in the next one. Bye. I'll leave that out. I'm better than that.